see a house near a lake and a woman is gazing into a mirror. Pete Martell leaves the house to go fishing. As he's outside, preparing to catch some fish, he sees something that has washed ashore next to a tree log. When he goes closer to investigate, he sees that it is a body. It is a woman. He rushes inside, afraid, and then calls the local sheriff. The sheriff hears about the situation and says he will be on his way to Packard Mill. Pete's wife Catherine and her business associate, Josie Packard, are standing outside as Sheriff Harry and Dr. Hayward examine the deceased person. Deputy Andy arrives to photograph the crime scene. However, he finds the circumstance emotionally difficult, so Dr. Hayward takes the camera over. They then roll her over, and as Dr. Hayward unwraps the cover, he recognizes her, and so does the sheriff. It is Laura Palmer. Laura's mother, Sarah Palmer, is calling out to her in the morning. When she goes upstairs, she doesn't find her in her room, and she isn't in the other rooms either. She keeps calling out to her, but Laura's not there. Sarah then calls Betty Briggs and asks her if Laura is with her son Bobby. She says that she's either with Bobby or with her father at the hotel. When she calls the school practice, the coach says that Bobby hasn't been showing up lately. At the Great Northern Hotel, the owner, Ben Horn, is discussing a business matter regarding Packard Mill with Leland Palmer, who is Laura's father and his lawyer. Ben is attempting to secure an investment for his project with Norwegian investors. The receptionist comes up to Leland and tells him that his wife is on the phone and that it is urgent. When he picks up the phone, Sarah is panicking and asks if Laura is there with him. Leland says that she shouldn't worry too much, as she must be with Bobby. The sheriff comes in and asks for Leland Palmer. Leland then looks worried and says that it's the sheriff. They are both panicking and afraid. Harry then mentions Laura, and they realize that she has passed away. When Ben asks for him, he tells him that she's gone. We then hear Sarah's loud cries. We then see Bobby at the Double R restaurant. He decides to bring Shelley Johnson home. He then says that Norma probably knows about them secretly being together. A police car drives past them. As they arrive at Shelley's home, they see her husband Leo's truck. He panics and backs up. He drops her off and leaves quickly. At the hospital, Dr. Hayward consoles Leland. He says to the doctor that she was only 17 years old. He then goes into the morgue to verify if this is indeed his daughter, and he breaks down upon seeing her. At school, we see Donna Hayward, Audrey Horn, and James Hurley. A deputy comes in and asks which class Bobby is in. He then asks if he can speak to the teacher. We then hear a girl running outside and screaming. Donna and James look concerned, and so does the teacher as the police leaves. She looks at an empty chair. Donna and James also stare. Donna then begins crying. The teacher says that there will be an announcement from the principal, and Donna breaks down crying. The police are questioning Bobby about his whereabouts and why he didn't go to practice. Harry then tells the principal to make the announcement. Bobby wonders what's going on. Harry tells him that Laura has been killed and found just after dawn. He was with her the day before and missing at football practice. He turns angry and says that he loved her, that he did not do this. The principal makes a public announcement about Laura. Donna and James are distressed. He then tells them to come forward with any information if they have any. He then breaks down himself, and so does Donna again. Sarah is sedated so that she can calm down. Harry asks her when she last saw Laura. It was 9 p.m. after being with Bobby. Hawk takes some of Laura's belongings. He also grabs a camera. Sarah's last words to her daughter were, "Good night, sweetheart." She heard her phone ring once but doesn't know who it was. Andy tells Harry that Lucy has informed him about a man called Janik Pulaski who works at the mill. His daughter has also been missing since last night. Josie, as the owner of the mill, wants the workers to take a break for the day, but Catherine, who runs the business, is against this. Josie decides to stop the work and mention that Mr. Pulaski's daughter is missing. They must stop working for the day and be with their families. We then see a girl walking on the bridge. A man sees her. She looks bruised and hurt. James comes to his uncle at Hurley and tells him to pass on a piece of paper to Donna. We then see Special Agent Dale Cooper entering the town of Twin Peaks at 11:30 a.m. on February 24th. He's coming from Philadelphia. He addresses a woman called Diane and records all the details of his day, noting that he's here to investigate the case of Laura Palmer. Cooper arrives at the hospital and meets with Harry, who tells him that he's glad that the FBI is here to help them. Cooper stops him first and wants to make it clear that when the Bureau is called in, they are in charge. But Harry doesn't have a problem with this. They then go to see Janet Pulaski first. She's in a coma and has been assaulted. Harry says that there's no connection between her and Laura Palmer. When Cooper wants to question her, the doctor says that it seems that she has a neurological damage. Cooper then examines her fingers, but he finds nothing. Janet then says, "Don't go there." But she's not responsive. Harry and Cooper then take the elevator down to the morgue. As a man leaves the elevator, a doctor sees them and wants to approach them. He then comes down the stairs and says that it is tragic. He's Dr. Jacoby and says that Laura was a patient of his. He wants to join them at the morgue, but he's not allowed. As Cooper investigates her nails, he finds something. He removes something from underneath her nail and then records that he knew he would find it again. He says, "Let's see what he has left us." It is the letter R. Ed consoles Donna and then passes on James' letter, which says to meet him at the roadhouse at night. But her boyfriend Mike yells at Donna that Bobby's in trouble and that she should go with him to see him at the sheriff's station. But Ed tells him to get lost, and he takes off. Ed's wife calls out to him about collecting her drapes. At the sheriff's department, Cooper and Harry go over Laura's belongings. Cooper reads through the diary and reads from one of the final entries which says, "Nervous about meeting Jay tonight." When he goes 18 days back, he finds a plastic bag with white residue containing a key. He believes it is a key to a safety deposit box that will contain white powder. He then looks at the box of chocolate bunnies. We see the eerie forest. And Andy calls Lucy at the sheriff's station. They have found the place where the crime happened. He's extremely distressed. Bobby is with his lawyer. Cooper asked him whether he was responsible for her death, but he denies it. She was with him until 9:30 p.m. and then left. He confirms this. When he asks him about a recent argument, Bobby becomes furious, but Cooper tells him to simply answer the questions to the point. He then shows him a video of Laura and Donna and asks if he filmed it, but Bobby has never seen it. Cooper knows he didn't do it and he believes she may have been seeing someone else. He then asks for a name, noting that the first initial is J. Bobby doesn't believe she was seeing somebody else. At the hotel, as the Norwegians are close to signing the deal, Audrey Horn, daughter of Ben, enters the room and purposely tells them about what happened to Laura. Mike tells Bobby that Donna is inside. Bobby believes that Laura may have been with James. Cooper then questions Donna about who they were with during that picnic. She claims that it was a random female hiker they met, whom they asked to film them. As Donna cries, Cooper asks her who she's protecting. Cooper asks her if this person's name begins with J, but she sticks to her story. He emphasized the seriousness of the situation, but also understands that Laura was her best friend and says that they are finished for today. When Lucy and Harry come in, he shows them that the person who was there drives a bike. We then see James' bike as he sits at the spot where they recorded the video. At the Great Northern, the Norwegians cancel the deal. At the crime scene, Cooper and Harry arrive and begin investigating. They find a hammer and a necklace with half a golden heart. Next to it is a note that says, "Fire walk with me." We then see that James has the other half. Cooper and Harry open Laura's safety deposit box. In it, they find a magazine called Flesh World and $10,000 in cash. When he opens a marked page in the magazine, he sees an advertisement for Ronette Pulaski, and we also see a truck. It is Leo Johnson's truck. He asks Shelley what kind of cigarette she smokes. She claims that she uses different ones. He tells her that from now on, the house must always be clean when he comes home, and she can only use one brand. Ed receives a call from Norma. She wants to see him. He tells her to meet at 9:30 at the roadhouse. Ed does not seem happy with his wife. During that evening, Harry and Cooper, along with other leaders of the community, gather. We see Josie Packard, owner of the mill. Her husband Andrew Packard died in a boating accident last year. Cooper then mentions that a year ago, a young girl by the name of Teresa Banks died in the same way. Ronette would have been a third victim of the same perpetrator. He then states that this person may well be from Twin Peaks. He wants a temporary curfew for those under 18 years of age. As Dr. Hayward speaks to his wife about the situation, he mentions that they found half of Laura's golden heart necklace and think that the perpetrator may have the other half. Donna listens to this conversation and asks her sister to cover for her, as she wants to go out. She then goes out through the window. Suddenly, Bobby and Mike arrive at their house and ask if they can speak to Donna. Dr. Hayward goes upstairs, but he does not find her there. He tells Mike that she snuck out. He says they'll find her and head to the roadhouse. Hayward calls in about his daughter, and Harry says that they will look for her. At the roadhouse, Norm and Hank are together. She intends to leave her husband Hank, as he's currently in prison. Mike and Bobby are seen arriving. They then also see Donna arriving and tell Lucy to send 2 backup cars and call her father. Mike sees her and yells at her, then becomes physical. As Ed tries to help, Bobby punches him and takes him down. But then other roadhouse boys attack them. One of the guys takes Donna out through the back and says that he will take her to James. Harry and Cooper decide to follow the bike. However, as they chase them, they eventually lose it. Donna then meets James. He says that he doesn't have an alibi as he was with Laura that night. It seemed like a nightmare and Laura was like a different person. She mentioned that Bobby took someone's life and then she screamed that she loved James. She was sad and desperate and she ran off. He feels guilty about this. As she consoles him, they express their feelings for each other. She then tells him that they have to get rid of the other heart necklace as they think the killer has it. They bury it under the soil and place a stone over it. As they leave, Harry and Cooper spot them and stop them. They tell James to stay away from her, but she defends him. They are taken in and Donna is handed to her father while James is taken into custody. Inside the cell are Bobby and Mike, who are angry at him. Her father calmly tells Donna that she made them worry, but also knows she must have had a good reason. He then says that they are thankful to have a daughter like her. When Cooper asks what the best hotel or motel is, he's told that he can get a good rate at the Great Northern. Harry then goes to visit Josie. They are dating. Catherine mentions on the phone to Ben Horne that Harry is there. We see the eerie darkness in Twin Peaks. As Sarah Palmer is resting, we see the fan upstairs. We then see someone in the forest. She's suddenly terrified, and we then see someone reaching for the stone and taking out a necklace.